Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nick here from actionfigurefury.com bringing you another video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hot Toys Iron Man 3 Starboost armor, and this is the Mark 39. Sometimes it's referred to as the Gemini armor. We're taking a look at the packaging right now. It's kind of got a beehive type of pattern around the whole box and a really awesome shot of Starboost on the front of the box. A whole bunch of branding all around on the sides, Iron Man 3 on the top, and all of the warnings. Warnings: don't choke on your Iron Man because he's awesome. But let's get this guy open and see what's inside. I can pop off his box. It's just a shoebox style box, so you just pop off the box. And inside there is a pretty cool paper, and it's the House Party Protocol, sir. And all of the credits for who went into making the figure. It's kind of hard to see on there, sorry about that. You could probably pause it and see right there. And the figure itself is in the standard Hot Toys tray. We can get him out of this box. And it's just a standard tray, Hot Toys tray. Looks like we got two trays here. And so I'm gonna take him out of here and I'll be back and I'll show you the complete Starboost figure from Hot Toys. Alright guys, I was finally able to get the Starboost Iron Man outside of the packaging, and I need to tell you that this is one absolutely amazing Iron Man figure. From what I can tell, Hot Toys has pretty much combined some of their manufacturing processes from their die-cast line with their plastic line, making for the ultimate Iron Man figure. It's kind of like you're getting the best of both worlds. You're kind of getting the best things from the die-cast line and the best things from the plastic line, made into a plastic figure, which is just great. I'm not too big of a fan of the die-cast figures, just they're too heavy, and I don't know what to tell you about the die-cast figures. But plastic Iron Man I love, and combining the best of both worlds just makes an amazing Iron Man. I can give you some look at the armor. You can see the white, gold, and black really go well together. That beacomb texture with the black plates is really nice. Really brings the Iron Man armor out, makes it stand out. He's got LED lights in several sections, including his head, chest, jetpack, and both arms. And then he's got improved articulation, which we've seen in some of the die-cast Iron Man figures. Coming down to his feet, and then he's also got several different flaps that are movable that we've seen in different Iron Man, and it just looks really cool in some poses I'll show you here in a second. But let's take him down off of his table, and you can see, show you the articulation. So his head articulation, his head goes up and down, left and right. It is hindered by the jetpack type thing here, but it's no big deal. And there is a kind of big deal with how little his head extends. You can't get it up high enough, so he has a cool flight pose if you want to imagine him flying through space. That's the only downfall about this figure. Everything else is just great. He's got two different points of articulation in his neck. His shoulders kind of go all the way around, and then they have an extra joint inside that kind of just extends the shoulder joint, and you just pop it out like this, and it allows for you to reach his arms farther across his body and make it easier to spin him all the way around. You can see it here a little closer. It just kind of pops out. It's like a full piece that just pops out of his suit in the middle. He has double joint elbows, which get him a little over 90 degrees, which could be a little bit more, but I'm kind of used to it from Iron Man suits that it's just about 90 degrees, no big deal there. And his chest area has a lot of articulation. Right now, it's not so much, but then you can kind of extend his whole torso body and get improved articulation and go all kinds of crazy with it. And then if you don't need it, you just kind of compress it back down and you don't have to worry about it. There's different flaps like these ones that are spring loaded so they don't ever get in the way. They're also spring loaded on his shoulders. And he's got articulated fingers. These are his articulated fingers. 3 points of articulation in each finger and a kind of ball joint and 2 points of articulation on the thumb. His hips don't have too much articulation, not quite 90, but then you can extend his legs down and get more and get it all the way up to 90 degrees. His knee bends over 90 degrees, and then he also has this flap, which is movable, and you can make it however you want it to look. The hips are kind of new. It's like both of them kind of needed to come out on the War Machine diecast figure, but with this plastic one you can kind of pull each leg out all on its own and pose it how you want. And there's a swivel at the top of the thigh. It kind of gets in the way with all these flaps and stuff. And for foot articulation, he has ankles and toes. Articulation's pretty good. The only complaint I have is about his head, his neck not being able to look up high enough for a flight pose. But other than that, it's not too bad. How to install the batteries. I actually couldn't find a screwdriver that was small enough to take the batteries out, so you're just gonna have to imagine that there's LED lights in all these places that I'm showing you. So you can just stick your fingernail in here and pull the top off, and this is where you install the batteries and turn the lights on and off. And then he has a alternate faceplate. You can have him with LED lights or without. This one I kind of imagine as like a real spacesuit where they have those golden helmets that protect him from the UV rays from the sun. So we can install it back on. You just kind of snap it into place and that's it. His LED lights in his chest here, which you can install by pulling this panel off on the back. Just kind of pops off. There's the on-off switch. You insert the batteries there and put it back on. So that this battery pack lights up the chest and the back. The back lights up here and here with LED lights. Pretty cool. And then he also has arms or lights that go in his arms. And this is one cool feature that they've added on Starboost is you just take off his arms and his batteries are hidden inside there with the switch. This is on both arms, and some of the other Iron Man that we've seen in the past kind of have the switch visible or even the battery panel visible, like maybe inside the arm. This is really cool because it's completely hidden, and if somebody was just looking at this and didn't know anything about Hot Toys, they would never even be able to know that there's a battery compartment in there because it's so well hidden. One thing that I would like better would be some sort of remote or something to turn the lights on. And it's kind of a hassle if you have several Iron Man and you need to pop off all their heads, and then you need to pop off several of these other panels to turn on each of the lights. Maybe if Hot Toys could find some way to use a remote that turns these on. I know some other figures have done it in the past quite well. It would be just nice to see Hot Toys improve upon that. But other than that, he comes with a few different accessories. Even though he had 2 trays of accessories, he is kind of light on accessories. He has 2 repulsor hands. These ones have like gold in between the fingers, which fit with the suit, and depending on the pose, it could look really cool. They're already angled at the repulsor angle, so you don't need to worry about that. And then he's got those articulated hands that I've showed you on him already. And he comes with a set of fists. These fists also have gold on them. I guess there wasn't really a way to make the gold on these articulated hands. No big deal. I usually display mine with the articulated hands, so it's easy to swap poses without having to swap the hands. And his last accessory is just this kind of standard Iron Man stand. It has LED lights that go around the base, and you install batteries in the bottom. And then it has this kind of flexible pillar that you can display him in different flight poses or crazy other Iron Man poses. All in all, I think this figure is absolutely great. I really love the improved articulation. This is kind of what we've seen in the diecast line, and now it's kind of more improved. And all these flaps and everything with springs in them, make sure everything's in the right place when you put them in a pose, and you don't need to dink around with all these flaps. You just kind of pose them and all the flaps should be in the right spot. There's just that one complaint about his head on it, his articulation on his head, but it's really not a deal breaker here. The suit is awesome, the articulation is awesome, the paint job is awesome, and if you've been thinking about getting this figure, I highly recommend that you reconsider him and actually get him. Alright, so there you have it. There's my review on the Hot Toys Starboost Iron Man Mark 39 6th scale figure from Hot Toys. Thanks for watching this video, and if you're interested in purchasing the Hot Toys Starboost Iron Man, you can get it from the link in the description below. See you next time.